Senator Wilson and Representative Tallarico, thank you very much for your role in carrying this bill and sponsoring this bill and making this happen. It's going to, these shelves are actually pretty full compared to some I've seen, so it's going to fill up shelves around the state of Alaska. And I just could not be happier. It's as I said earlier in the cabinet room, you are on the front lines. You are the boots on the ground of Alaskans in need. And I just cannot thank you enough. We all thank you very much for what each of you do in your organization. I know for every one of you there are many other people that assist you in your respective regions that you're in. So I just cannot. I could stand here all day thanking you, and but I won't. I will get to the signing forever. But I also want to have an opportunity for the sponsors to be able to say a few words. So Representative Tallarico.
Well, thank you, Governor, very much. And folks that work at the community food banks, I wasn't too sure I'd be able to get a piece of legislation passed, but one of the main things that I thought was really important was to make sure that we had recognition of all the absolutely incredible people that work so hard with our community food banks throughout the state. You know, we have law enforcement officers, firefighters, and people that work in community food banks, and there's an old saying, salt of the earth. Well, all the people that participate in the food banks and do what they do are the salt of the earth here in Alaska. And the impact that they have on the lives of people that are in need is absolutely phenomenal. Sometimes we go through rough times here in Alaska, and it seems like a good time right now to bring attention to all of that work that was done by all of these people to make sure that, in particular, I got a soft spot for all of the kids. And I always think about when the food boxes go out and go to different areas and get distributed. And in my district, the Fairbanks Community Food Bank does a thing, some of you are probably familiar, up in Pleasant Valley, where they get food up there and people come in. You know, folks run into tough times sometimes, and they come over there. And I always think about, boy, when that food's available and they take that food home to their kids, what that means to a family, how that keeps a family together, how that strengthens our community, and quite honestly, how much better a child probably performs in school when they've been fed. What you do isn't only good for us today and good for us next week, but it's good for our future. It's good for our future. And it does my heart well to see people gathered together in Alaska for this kind of effort for their fellow Alaskans. So really, my thanks go out to everybody that works in the food banks, whether they're large facilities, small community organizations that work with the food bank and distribute food and everything. It's incredibly important. And I'm trying to do this without getting choked up, but I could get really choked up about this because I want to tell you, you feed kids, senior citizens are another group that really benefits from the way the food banks operate. I haven't been to all the food banks, but I've been to the Fairbanks Community Food Bank when they put the senior boxes together and they get ready to distribute and get them out there and everything. Makes a positive impact in people's lives. So I want everybody that's involved to be very proud of yourselves. You make an incredibly positive impact in people's lives. I'm not sure what everybody's put here on earth for, but I guarantee you, you're meeting your mission when you do that. You're meeting your mission in a big way when you do that. And so I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you do.
Just want to thank everyone for coming out and making this trip to Juneau for your own lobbying efforts. Thank the governor for willingness to sign this bill into law, and it was a real pleasure and honor to carry this piece of legislation on the Senate side for Representative Tallarico. You know, I met him in the halls, and I told him, you know, I was really upset with him because I didn't think of this wonderful idea first. And so, you know, I think he said it all. It is one of those subjects that, you know, sort of brings that warming of the heart, you know, the tears to the eye without trying to get choked up because, you know, I've my days of managing a domestic violence sexual assault shelter and what it meant for us to be able to go out to the food pantries out in the valley, going to the Food Bank of Alaska, do our shopping there. It means a tremendous host of good deeds it is for families to be able to know they don't have to worry about food insecurity in their lives for that day or that week, and know that, and this bill increases that opportunity for them. So I'm very grateful to help Representative Tallarico to carry this bill, and it was a real honor we tried to rush it out as fast as we can. We're hoping to get it off, and we just didn't meet that deadline last year, and I was so upset that we couldn't help the holiday season last year, but this year it's just as good as any year to pass this wonderful piece of legislation. So I just want to thank Rep. Tallarico again for this wonderful bill.